I'm trying to see if I can scratch my beard hard enough to get past the noise gate. Not the noise gate. What's the word? Oh, it is a noise gate. I don't know how audio works. Noise gate. Ah, did you know I apparently have a compressor on my microphone here? I didn't know that. I actually don't remember setting this up. I also see some kind of VST 2.x plugin that I also have no idea what it is. That's weird. Weird. Anyway, I'm here. It's Saturday? It's Saturday? It's Saturday. 9 p.m. Eastern-ish. We're gonna try to do some more work on the Click and Play game. I have an idea for how we might accomplish the screen object spawning. A general idea. There's some bits and pieces that still need details ironed out. What I don't have is an idea for the necessary counter part to the spawning code, the despawning code. That's actually probably going to be, that has the potential to be more difficult than the spawning code, because we only want to despawn objects if the screen is gone. Let's just start the fucking thing and we'll figure out the details. It would sure help though if I had my HDMI cable plugged in to my converter box. Oh, Lord. Really? I made the fucking mistake of updating the NVIDIA broadcast software, so of course that means all my shit gets fucked up the butthole. Because why would shit just work? You know, it's literally just a webcam. It's fine here. What's the deal with this shit? Fuck you, NVIDIA. I have no idea. I have no idea how this was even done. Whatever. Pretty sure I'm too big now. Hold on. Be like this-ish. It's good enough. Whatever. Okay. 8-1. Is it really already 8-1? Jesus fucking Christ. 21 o'clock, 10 minutes, 20-something seconds. Oh, Lord. Lord. Brushed my teeth. Are you proud of me? Never trust a grown man who asks you if they're proud of you for brushing their teeth, or if you're proud of them, or if anyone's proud of anyone. Oh, Lord. Is this still booting? I mean, I assume it is, and I just don't like what it's doing. Oh, hold on.
Ding, 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 ding. Welcome to Windows 98. Why are you still using Windows 98? What is wrong with you? Stop buying computers from thrift stores, man!
I heard a very loud meow. I still haven't become a multimillionaire yet, so I have not been able to purchase a single-family home just for my cat to live in. So unfortunately, the cat still lives here with me. I don't know where he is and where he's meowing, but I'll make him pay. Okay, let's turn this big fuck chair. There we go. Oh, let's check our email. Check our email. Okay. Sure. Oh, we got an email from Microsoft. Wow. Welcome to Microsoft Outlook. One window to your world of information. Look at all this. Oh boy, I love how the background they use in the email doesn't tile properly, so it just starts over right here. And here. And here. It's great. That's great. Good morning, Clippy. Do I, spacebar sucks, have any emails today? That's not very helpful. Alright, where's Click and Play? Oh boy. Good old 35%. Load on in there. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so last we left off, we had reduced the 25 actively loaded markers, which are going to end up being backgrounds, so them being named marker is like incorrect. We've reduced them to 4, which makes sense. You can only ever see 4 screens at once. And then we came to the sad realization that detecting collision of backgrounds off outside of the window basically doesn't work. It just doesn't fucking work. It don't work. Yep, so the scrolling for this is working. And now we have to figure out object loading. So, alright. So, as previously explained, each screen in the game, the actual visible part is going to be baked into the, what we're currently calling the marker object. It's going to be just here. The visuals are going to be here instead of this grid. The collision is a different story. The collision is going to have to be different active objects. So the idea is for each screen is going to have its own set of active objects that loads in only when that screen is active. So, that means that the placement of these active objects are not going to be done in the editor here. It's going to be done through events. Ideally, each screen will only have one event for spawning in those objects, because otherwise, stinky. So, my plan for sticking to having only one event per screen for spawning in the objects is when a scroll happens that forces one of our 4 screens to become another screen. In addition to moving that screen, to wrapping that screen around, we're also going to place Pachuca wanted to say hello. And by hello, I mean meow. By meow, I mean I have to close my door now so he's not outside meowing at the baby's room. Alright. Oh, how do I get my pillow behind my head? Alright, this cat, stinky. Alright, so, like I was saying, when one of our 4 screens wraps around to the other side, during that wrapping, we're also going to create another active object that serves as the center point for the spawned-in objects that will be associated with that screen. So, the object will be created. It will determine somehow, that part I haven't figured out, what its ID should be between 0 and 25. Once the ID is set, we have an event that detects that that object's ID has been set per each of the 25 screens. Like, if ID equals 0, it spawns in the objects for screen 0. If ID equals 25, it spawns in the objects for screen 25, etc., etc., etc. And then, you know, after it spawns in the objects, that object spawner then gets destroyed. And that's how we will handle, as long as I can figure out setting the ID correctly on it, that's how we'll handle spawning in objects for each screen. I still have not worked out the details of despawning objects, but let's get the spawning in first. Alright, so we need a spawner. But Chuko, stop bumping your head against me, I'm busy. It's just gonna say SPA because there is no room for the N. I'm gonna center the hotspot just to make it pretty. Alright, spawner. Alright, so right now this bitch does nothing. It doesn't even scroll with the rest of the screen. It just stands there. And it ends up behind Bubba when, you know, Bubba needs to take a number 2. I believe the spawner should... Even though the spawner is basically going to be created and then destroyed more or less instantly. Does it need to follow the background? It might not. It might not. Let me just move it off screen for now. Okay. To pause the music so I have a clean sample of the background noise. Whine, coil, electric boogaloo coming from the audio so I can remove it from the YouTube upload in like a fucking month when I catch up to it because I'm so far behind with all the YouTube uploads. Okay, that should be plenty of time. Okay. So these are the 4 wraparound events that move the object somewhere, sets its ID, and does all that shit. Okay, so we want to spawn the spawner in the new position of the object. That's a little tricky, because when you create... Maybe we can. It's hard to say. Because when you create an object, you don't get to, like, set its positions to a variable. You have to set it to a set location. You can move his locations to a variable, but you can't set to a variable. So if I want it to be set where he is, then I guess I have to create it where he ends up being? So let's try this. Create spawner relative to marker. Is the marker's position in the corner? I'm going to set to 0, 0, but now I need to check. Where's the marker's hotspot? Is it centered or in the top left corner? It's centered. Good. Okay, for now I'm just going to fucking plop this down here. Okay, so we'll know this is working. So right now all this is doing is creating an object. See the number of objects? It's 8. We'll know it's working because as we scroll, that number's going to pop up and keep going until the game explodes. 10. 12. Yep. Okay, so it's spawning them in. I just don't know where they're spawning. The fact that I can't see them is good, because that implies they're spawning off screen. Okay, so when we're walking to the left. When we're walking to the left, the background itself is scrolling to the right. So this guy over here is ending up relocated way over here to the left. Which is hopefully also getting one of these spawners spawned in the middle of it. Once that happens, we need that spawner during the same frame to somehow pick up the alterable value C of the marker. So let's try it the most direct, naive way and hope that it works. So we will set value C of the spawner to value C of the marker. Okay, so for our testing here, when we go from 0, I guess let's go to the right just so we get something to make sense. Well, no, because nothing spawns in if we go to the right because this already exists. Okay, we'll go to the left for now. So when we go to the left, we're going to screen 4. So theoretically, if we walk to the left, the spawner object that we place should inherit alterable value C of 4. If that's the case, let's test this. If value C equals 4, and I'm just realizing I need a test object, a test active object to use. So let me just create one real quick. Not that fucking hotspot, you butt muffin. Pachuco, shut up or I'm gonna put you in a toilet. Pachuco, you will exist in the toilet if you don't shut up. Okay, here's a test object. I'm going to plop one here on screen just so we can... Rank Dankus, thanks for subscribing. I'm going to plop one here on screen so we can test applying the scrolling to it. It should be extremely straightforward. It's just going to apply up here where we're doing the scrolling for the markers, which is still the wrong word to call them, but it's what it is. Alright, so we want to kill this and modify this. Be like that. Then theoretically, it should start scrolling scrolling along. It does. Okay. So, if value C equals 4, that means we just spawned in screen 4. Let's test by creating a test object relative to spawner. Pachuco, if you don't shut up, I'm going to toiletize you. Come, sit here and shut up. Okay, where's the center point? Thanks, it's up here, I guess. Relative to spawn. 4, right? So let's say 1. Let's create 4 of them. 2. 3. 4. Okay. And then, importantly, we also want to destroy the spawner right away. Okay. So let's see what happens. Theoretically, if I walk to the left, if this is working the way it should, we should see 4 of these test objects on that screen over there. And of course it doesn't work. It'd be too easy if it worked, right? Okay, so this event, let's have it play a sound when it happens. That way we have an indicator that it kicked off at all.
Chicken.
The event kicked off, but I don't see nothing. Which try deleting this spawner here so they can't get confused about which spawner it's supposed to use.
Chicken.
Okay, so that spawner was not the problem. Set value C to value C of this guy, so that makes sense. Okay. Let's co-opt, is that even the right word? I don't know, our test counter. Instead of counting objects, we're gonna get value C of the spawner. And since we should, well, the problem is we're gonna have two spawners on screen. So it's not actually gonna be the best indicator. I mean, I could enter the code anyway, but I think we're gonna get either 0 or something else.
Chicken.
Yeah, 0, because we don't see the, Well, hold on. We don't necessarily have to see the value C, because here's the thing. The fact that we heard chicken means this event kicked off, which only kicks off when value C equals 4, which means it did correctly pass the value. And we can test this by, instead of just going to the left, let's go to the right until it has to load in screen 4. Should be...
Chicken.
There, okay. So, that means the spawner is spawning in. It is getting set to the correct value. It may be getting its position setting correctly. So let me try this. I'm going to get rid of the... I'm going to temporarily null this out by setting it to never. Just to kind of see if we can figure out where it's spawning in, I'm going to copy the scrolling code over to it to see if maybe we'll at least see it.
Holy crap!
Okay, it's case sensitive. Okay, so let's see. So, if it's spawning in the correct place, we should see it in the center of the screen to our left. How about that? So it's spawning in the correct place. Uh-oh. So is the problem that it can't create the objects?
Chicken.
Wait. Hold on a second. Play chicken, create objects, destroy object. With that in mind, how come when I go to the left, why is the spawner still here if I'm directly telling it to become destroyed? That doesn't make sense. Destroy.
Chicken.
Unless... I have an idea.
Chicken.
I'm gonna go down now. There they are. They're down here instead. So, here's what's happening. Here's what's wrong. We have 4 active objects spawning in. I'm sorry, we have 4 visible screens. when we scroll to the left, or to the right, or up and down, and the screens wrap, it's 2 screens wrapping at a time. Every time. Because there's 4 of them, and they're all aligned in the grid. And that means there's 2 spawners being spawned in every time. So this event here that's kicking off, it's creating the spawner. It seems to be creating them in the correct position as far as I can tell. 1 at each of them. But for some reason, when we tell it to set alterable value C, I know why. I know why. So here's what's happening. So it's stepping through the events. It hits event 6. It sees that one of the markers has scrolled around. It creates the spawner in the center of it correctly. And then it sees this event. Set value C to value C of the marker. So it says, okay, we're talking about the marker that just wrapped around. I will set its value C. I will set value C of the spawner to that. Okay? And then, because 2 of the marker objects just scrolled, it reruns this event, but for that second marker object. So it correctly creates a new spawner object at the location of that marker. And then it gets to the point it gets to this part that says set alterable value C of spawner to value C of the marker. And this is where it breaks apart, because it's not specifically doing it for the spawner we just created. It's doing it for... It's getting the wrong spawner. I'm not sure the logic behind why it's getting the wrong spawner, but I know it's because it's not knowing to specifically target the one that was just created. So it's losing its focus when it's setting value C, because 2 of them are getting done at once. And that's why we saw the object spawn 1 row lower, because it set value C of 4 to that one down there. I don't fully understand the logic of why it did, but I know that that's why it's happening. Because it's getting confused and it's not targeting the correct spawner. How can we fix this? I'm not sure of an easy way to fix it. Okay, I don't think this is going to work, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to try this, and I don't think it's going to work. Let's check if value C equals 0. I'm pretty sure this is not going to work, because for a number of reasons, but let's try it anyway.
Chicken.
Yep, okay, didn't make a difference. Because they both spawn in with value 0. For some reason, it's setting this one down here to 4. I have a hunch the one right here, up here, is being set to 9. Let's confirm that. So, let's confirm that. If the user clicks on a spawn object, then we will set counter 1 to... No, we will set counter 1 to the value C of that spawn object. So I am pretty sure we're going to see that that object is being set to 9. Is it 0? Or is it getting confused? It might be 0. Okay, well, I was wrong about 9. It's not getting set at all. Interesting. Oh, this is a quick test. If value C equals 9, end the game.
Chicken.
Game's still running. That means it's not being set to 9. It's staying at 0. Okay. Interesting. So it's not a case of them being spawned in and getting mixed up with their values. It's only one of their values is getting set. That's what's happening. That's what's happening here. Okay, so how do we get around this? I was really hoping it was going to work this way, because if it worked the way I have it set up right now, then we could avoid a few extra events. But now we have to do some stinky fucking logic to figure this out. Okay. So how do we get this set? One possibility is through detecting a collision. We detect if the spawner is overlapping with a marker, then we set its value C to the value C of the marker. I'm reluctant to do that because I'm okay, two things. One, I don't know how reliable Click and Play's collision detection is for objects that are outside of the window. I don't know if it drops it after a certain point or if it's less reliable, etc., blah, blah, blah. Two, I'm worried that detecting collision on big objects could potentially lead to crashes. I don't know if that is something that I should be worried about, but I'm just worried about it. So there's a way we can transfer the value C of the marker to this associated spawner without detect Pachuco. If you open your mouth one more time, I'm going to toiletize you. You will be toiletized. So there's a way we can transfer the value C. This is what I need. This is what I need. Let me show you. Let me show you. I'm going to draw you what I need in Paint, okay? This is what I need. Okay. See this? This is the house, alright? What I need is what I need is a long hallway that leads into a stream room. Okay? And then here and here are two vaulted doors. And I will be sitting in the stream room streaming. Okay? Me. This is where I will be. And then over here, on this side of the vaulted door, will be Pachuco. And what this will do is it will make it so Pachuco will be over here, behind the vaulted door. He will be meowing. And I'm going to be over here in my stream room. And I won't hear him meow. So that's what I need. Now, I don't know how to go about achieving this. But this is what I need. How do we transfer value C of the marker to the associated spawner, preferably avoiding collision detection? Oh, this sucks. Let's try this. I have no idea if this is going to work, but let's try this. We're going to create a new event down here. Right after the scrolling. So if the X position of the spawner equals the X position of a marker, and if the Y position of the spawner equals the Y position of the marker. So I'm hoping by doing this, I don't know if this is going to work, I genuinely don't. I'm hoping by setting this event up this way, that Click and Play will know to pick specifically the one marker and the one spawn object that are overlapping each other, without having to run a collision check. So let's see. So if their positions equal each other's positions, then... Oh, one more thing. And if value C of the spawn object equals 0, then set value C of the spawn object to value C of the marker. Okay. I have no idea if that's going to work. Let's get rid of our value C setting up here. Let's test it out. Save and then test it out. It's a long-ass save. There we go. Okay, let's see.
Chicken.
Damn it! What? I'm bringing back the clicker. Hold on. This was supposed to be the easy part of this.
Chicken.
What are you set to? No, you can't be set to 0. That doesn't make sense. And you down here cannot be set to 4 because you're overlapping number 9. It doesn't make sense. I feel like the spawner, the clicker is not working because we're not getting values out of these, or these are actually 0.
Chicken.
Is the clicker not working? Hold on.
Chicken.
Now the clicker is working. So, wait, why are these guys getting values of 0? This doesn't make sense. I'm testing something else. I want to see the value of the marker Bubba is overlapping. I'm in 0.
Chicken.
It should change to 4. It's still showing 0. Okay, I think maybe my counter is stinky. I'm overlapping it with an always. I'm an idiot.
Chicken.
Or I'm not? That is counter 1, right? Like, I'm getting sight. I'm having to bug test my bug test. I am currently bug testing my bug test. That's what's happening right now. Pachuco, shut the fuck up! Why is this counter not going up? Let me specifically set it to 6. Okay, when I click on the marker, show me the number 6. Okay. That's not helping. Oh. Pachuco, shut up. Why is it 5? 6. 5. 6? What? 7. Where is it getting that? Isn't value C the identifier? Yeah. So where did it get? Okay. I can't believe I'm troubleshooting the troubleshooting. That's literally what's happening here. I am troubleshooting the troubleshooting. Okay.
Chicken.
Maybe it's working now. Okay, yeah, I think it is. Okay. Okay, so now maybe if I have it click on the spawn, I can actually get the value of spawn.
Holy crap.
I thought that was straightforward, but I guess not.
Chicken.
Okay, now the fact that it's showing 0, I'm more likely to believe that it's 0. The problem is all of these are showing 0 now. I'm getting so confused. Hold on, let me let this cat out. I've locked the cat behind the second vault door. Okay, what's going on with the value C of these fuckers? This is confusing the fuck out of me. This is really confusing the fuck out of me. This doesn't make sense. Okay, I'm gonna null out this event. I'm gonna go to the left. This guy consistently has been 0. When I go down here, is he gonna be 4? It is 4. Why is that one 4? But then this one is 0. And then this one's 19. This one's getting 0. So is this one down here going to be 2? It's 0. Why is it 0? What? Why is only 4 getting set correctly? Zero. 0. How can they all be 0? This doesn't make sense. Okay, the logical thing here is that for some reason they're not all getting the perfect XY overlap here to inherit value C. Yeah, the robotic vacuum just said it's a potential issue. So let me test something here. Okay, the spawner now has a transparent hole in the center around its hotspot, just where its 0 location is. God damn it. Okay, that's the bottom right of the center here. So let me just do that just for the ones we're testing. Like this is number 4, right? No, it's 3. Do it here for 4. Okay. That looks like lined up. That one's not lined up. That one's okay. So that's probably the actual issue, is they're not lining up, because this one has a white center. These have a black center. So it's absolutely an issue with the lineup. So that makes sense at least. So at least I'm not going crazy.
Holy crap!
So it seems like drifting by a few pixels. I'm not sure how many pixels, but it is drifting. It shouldn't be, because they're getting moved the same way. The spawn events are all more or less the same. Put an event here to center it, and let's, I guess, widen it up a bit. So what else can we do? So if X position of spawner is greater than X position of marker minus 3, and less than X position of marker plus 3. I'm worried that this is overkill, but let's see what happens. Greater than Y minus 3. Less than Y plus 3. So that draws a little 3 pixel box. Let's see what happens. That one is centered. That one is still not centered. Why is it not centered? Maybe I have the logic wrong. I probably have the logic wrong. X position of the spawner is greater than X position of the marker minus 3. Wolfang, thanks for subscribing. And less than the X position of the marker plus 3. Greater than Y minus 3. Less than Y plus. That should be right. Unless somehow the drift is more than 3. Should I try 6? I don't think it's a 6 pixel drift, but I'll try something. What could be happening is that the way I'm doing it is click and play is like a dig hole, and it's only comparing one of the spawners to one of the markers instead of all of the spawners to any marker that it works with. And if that's the case, we might have to do exactly what I didn't want to do, which is to do this through collision. Just if the spawner is overlapping the marker, which I don't want to do. But that might just be it. 4, which is correct. 9, yeah, see that works, but I don't know, it feels gross. Like, it feels like the wrong way to do it. I don't know how to explain that. It just does. It feels incorrect. And look, some of these aren't spawning. Why are some of these not spawning? We should see one here, which is 10. Then 15. 20. Why is there not one for 20? this number should more or less be like an even number at all times. 10, 12. I mean, it's even now, but where's the marker? Let me remove the 0, positioning and see what happens. The attempt is 0, it might have been causing a problem. They do seem to be spawning in now. Okay. Oops. Oh, god damn it, the step-through editor. Ugh, fuck! Thankfully, nothing major happened there. Okay. Let's restore the ability to click to check value C. Okay. 9. That should be 4. Why is it 9? It's overlapping 4. Why is it 9? And the one down here is 4 when it should be 9. It's overlapping 9. It should... This is awful. This is awful. Why isn't my ant music? Why isn't my ant music loading? I need my ant music. There we go. Okay, so there still seems to be some... mix up with the spawning. I mean, I guess we can fix it by getting rid of the C equals 0. That way it'll update itself, you know, live, but... Or not. No, it's still 9. Or now it's 4? What? Nine, still 9, and now it's 4. 3, 13. How? This doesn't make sense. Let me annul out the C equals 4 thing, but I think this is currently fucked. It got spawned in correctly there, but it also spawned in down here, because it's fucked. Okay, what this is telling me is that using collision to set the value C is unfortunately not going to be reliable. And the worst part is I'm not even sure why. I'm not sure why it's not reliable. This doesn't make sense. If I replace it with just collide instead of overlap. Appears to be 4, 9, 14, I think, 19, 14. Maybe the overlap thing being a constant collision detection was fucking it up. I mean, it's not a good excuse for it not working, but it is an excuse. This is much more complicated than it needs to be. Okay, let me get rid of the never again and see if the 4 objects will spawn in.
Chicken.
Okay, so it's unfortunately using collision to do it, but it seems to be working. Now if I go up those objects, it should spawn in again. We should get another chicken, and we're gonna get overlapping objects.
Chicken.
Okay, we did. Because we don't have any cleanup. Except the natural cleanup that happens, because you see what happened there? And that's actually a bit of an issue. Because we scrolled partially off screen, only to see them get destroyed, when we really didn't want them destroyed.
Chicken.
Okay, how far down did I go? Did I go like a quarter of the way? Kind of like this. I doubled back, and half of them are gone, which makes sense. That makes sense, at least. That makes sense, because they're scrolling into the gray area of the frame, which, you know,
Chicken.
objects aren't allowed to be in. Same thing should happen if I go to the right and then come back, because to the left of us is gray area. So, we're here. I'm going to walk over here, not far enough to completely unload that frame, just far enough that it's mostly unloaded. Then I'm going to go back. It might be more forgiving with the left than it is with the top. That seems to be what's happening. It seems to be more forgiving with the left. Whereas the top, it culls the objects super quickly. Complicates things a bit. That complicates things a little bit.
Chicken. Chicken.
Although I'm surprised that these 2 test objects at the top are despawning. Well, no, I guess I'm not, because their center points are in their physical center, right there between the E and the S. The center point for the the marker with the number 4 on it is right here in the center, between the crosshairs, and that's staying. And this test right next to it, that's super close to that has a similar hotspot, is also staying. So the marker here is not quite hitting the point where it gets despawned. But the test objects above it are. So that makes sense that they're despawning, but not the actual marker. This is unexpected, that the objects despawn like that so quickly. What can we do about this? What can we do about this? Anyway, the point of this is that the spawning in code for the objects more or less works, which is good. Unfortunately, we're now having an issue with the two things now. Objects going too far to the top of the screen, to the point that they naturally, forcibly get deleted by click and play. And also we have to consider how we actually want to have the objects get deleted, because that hasn't been worked out. But as you can see, wherever we go right now, if we come back to screen number 4, those 4 objects get loaded in, which is good. That means that the proof of concept for our object spawning at least works. It unfortunately has caused other issues, but that's what it is. So the logical way to handle the despawning is that if none of the 4 screens we have loaded in have an alterable value of... If none of the 4 loaded in screens have an alterable value C that equals 4, then any object with an alterable value C of 4 should also get deleted. The problem is there is no real clean way to do that in click and play. In a real programming language, that's simple, but click and play is... no, hell no. Why would it be? Why the fuck would it be? How do we handle that? If we do this as a positional thing... The nice thing about the natural deload problem is it seems to only affect objects going too far up. Oh god damn it, I went a little too far to test that properly. Like, look, if I almost scroll screen 4 off the bottom of the screen, but I come back, the 4 objects are still there. If I almost scroll it off the right of the screen, and I come back, the objects are still there. We know it works from the left because it does. It just does. It's only if we scroll screen 4 off the top of the screen that there's a problem, because for some reason the object culling is more aggressive against objects that go off the top. It's a little stinky. We can probably work around it by implementing similar wraparound scrolling that we do for the screen, but only vertically, and it would have to be for each object that we spawn in, which is annoying, but it's better than it not working at all, I guess. Let me kind of experiment with this. If Y position of the test object is less than -240, then we need to initiate a wraparound. Then it went in the other direction. God, that sucks. Rather than plus 960, we kind of want it to go like way the fuck off. 960. Where did I get the number 960 from? 640, 480. It's probably 480 plus half of 480, I'm assuming. No, it's not. It's just 480 times 2? Huh. Okay. Makes sense. What if I wanted way the fuck down here? $2,400. The cat is over here right now. This is where the cat is. Okay, so -240. Is it not negativizing it? Oh, it is. I can just barely see it. So -240 plus 960. Is 720. Is that correct? I mean, it has to be. I put it in a calculator. And 720 is 480 plus half of 480. I'm just working out the math in my head. You're gonna have to excuse me a little bit. I'm not good at this. Okay, so it gets halfway off the top of the screen, and it gets popped down to halfway the bottom, under the bottom of the screen. So 960 is 480 times 2. Oh, I might have to guess a little bit based on the total here because I'm just having such a hard time conceptualizing it in my head. Let me just try adding 2400 and see what happens. Right now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to have the test object when it goes too far up. I want it to scroll to the bottom, off screen, so that it stays alive, and then when it goes in the other way, it can scroll back and still be alive. That's what I'm trying to do, and I'm having a hell of a time trying to work out the logic in my head. Okay, and then the other direction. If it's greater than... $400 plus 240, just 2640. I don't even know if that's gonna work. Then I guess we subtract. I don't know. Haha, lol. Let's see what happens. I don't think this is gonna work. I don't think it's gonna work.
Chicken. Chicken.
In a way, I'm glad it didn't work, because if it worked at... It worked, but late, which means I have the detection
Chicken.
coming in too late. Okay. Middle of screen, quarter way up the screen. Needs to happen a little earlier. Oh, I hate this. I hate having to do this math. I'm not good at this math. Okay, so let's kind of do the math out in my head. So it scrolls from the top to the bottom when its Y position is less than negative 240. So we're starting with negative 240. We add 2400 to it, which puts it at position 2160. Which is not enough. I want it to be around 2640. My beard looks nice today. It's because you're really far away from me. My beard is like a puby mess. I need to get rid of it. Thank you for the attempted compliment, though. Let's see, 2640. cat looks adequate today. I don't even know if that's an insult or not. How does 2400 factor into the screen size here? Divided by 480. It's 5. Okay, that makes sense. We have 5 screens worth vertically. That makes sense. I feel like I need to have an actual calculator, like with buttons on it. I don't have a calculator in there. I don't have a calculator in there. Okay, what am I doing with my life? Ugh, math. Why did I choose to do math? Okay, minus 240. We actually want it to be 2400. Hey Siri, what's 2400 plus 240?
2400 plus 240 is 2640.
I should have known that. We want to turn negative 240 into 2640. So this is a simple subtraction problem, and I'm really stupid, so I'm having a lot of trouble. Hey Siri, what's 2640 plus 240?
2640 plus 240 is 2880.
Okay, let me get the calculator back out. Okay, so negative 240 plus 2880. Okay, it might actually be that. 2880. I have no idea what I'm doing. I hate math. I'm so bad at math.
Chicken.
Give it a second. Loading in. Loading in. Okay, until the screen is almost off, and then we go back up. It came back too quickly. It spawned under our feet. Which is not what we wanted.
Chicken.
Okay, so once they hit the top, they're now at the bottom of the screen and halfway off. So I'm having so much trouble with this. I'm having so much trouble visualizing this. I'm just, oh. My mind does not work this way very well. So once they're halfway off the screen, we don't actually want them to be halfway off the bottom. We want them to be halfway in the bottommost screen. Why do I make a normal click and play game? Because that's boring. You want a normal click and play game? Here it is. Here it is. Here we go. We're gonna get all the rings. I'm doing it. I'm gonna get all the rings. I'm gonna kill Dr. Robotnik. I did it. We did it. We did it. Wow. Okay. So rather than having it halfway off the bottom of the screen, I think we actually want it halfway in the bottom of the screen. In the bottommost screen. I think. I'm trying to plan it in my head. I think. So the screen is 2400 large. That's not what I was trying to do. Okay. Siri, what's 2400 minus 240?
2,400 minus 240 is 2,160.
Okay. In that case, the first one would have been correct. Oops. Okay. Give it a second to load in. It's got to load in. Load in. Okay. They did spawn back in, but they spawned in kind of late. You could actually see them pop into existence. The good news is they spawned in the correct spot. The bad news is the timing is just a little teeny bit off. We want them to come in earlier. Pop, pop, so they don't pop like that. How do we do that? Maybe it is just 2160.
Chicken.
Okay. They're coming back without popping it. Okay. Okay, so I think we fixed the scroll too far to the top of the screen issue now. They're popping back in without blinking into existence, so that's good. That's another issue fixed. So now, theoretically, wherever I go, If we come back to screen number 4 will have the correct objects visible.
Chicken.
Yep, there they are. And even if I go way down here and come back, the objects will still be there. Okay, good. And if I go way over here, come back, they're still there. Okay. So, the spawning in of objects is tentatively working. Once again, we've now hit the issue where we have to spawn out the objects. And maybe this isn't as big of an issue as I'm making it. Maybe I just need to do it based on their position. It's annoying because I would have to have 4 events per object. One if it's too far to the left, one if it's too far to the right, one if it's too far up, one if it's too far down. But I guess 6 total events to handle the scrolling per object isn't the worst. It's annoying, but it's not the worst. Okay, so let me adjust the counter here to once again show us the total number of active objects. Starting in 8, and because we don't have any object cleanup set up, the number grows and more or less doesn't go down. I mean, it will occasionally go down, but not in the way that we want it to.
Chicken.
Like we're at 35 objects now, and if we keep just kind of going to the left, it's gonna even out at some point. But once we actually have objects spawning in with all of these, spawners, it will quickly stop evening out, and it'll just keep climbing.
Chicken.
Which we of course don't want. Maybe you want it, I don't want it. Alright, let's see. How do we want to do this? 960, 640 divided by 2, which is the horizontal, divided by 2 is 320, plus 640 gives us 960. 960 is the center of the screen to the right. Center of the screen to the right. One problem with doing it based on position is, here's the screen. Here's a screen to the right of us. And here's some of the objects. So, as we fuck off to the left, the distance is going to start hitting, like there's a wall following our window. And as this object approaches that wall, that it's more than one screen away from the window, this object over here will get deleted. This one will not, because it's still technically within bounds. At that point, if we decide to turn around and get close enough for this to spawn back in, then this object will get spawned back in. But then a duplicate object here will be spawned on top of this one. So we don't want that. It's just not a great way to do it. Frankly. So now we're at the issue that I mentioned at the start of the stream. I had a general idea for how to get objects spawned in. And we managed to iron out most of the wrinkles with the spawning in. Now, the other thing I mentioned at the start of the stream is where we're at, where I don't have a good method for despawning the objects. How can we... rather than deleting each object if it gets far enough from the window, what I really want to do is if the screen that it belongs to is no longer one of the 4 screens we have loaded in, then I want its associated objects to go. Problem is I don't know if we can set that up in Klik and Play. I don't know if Klik and Play is capable of that. And that's tricky. Really tricky.
Chicken. 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 Chicken.
I see just a little bit of back and forth, and the object count is shooting up. We're at 32, 37, because we're continuously spawning in the objects
Chicken.
on screen 4.
Chicken. Chicken. Chicken.
And the way we're moving, if we detect the objects being one screen away, that won't work to clean these up.
Chicken. 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 Chicken.
And we're going to quickly hit the 255 limit.
Chicken. Chicken.
Already over halfway there.
Chicken. 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 Chicken.
We're about to hit the 255 limit.
Chicken. 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 Chicken.
It breaks before you hit the 255 limit because of all of the it's trying to, at some point it's trying to spawn in more objects they can handle. So right now there's like hundreds of these test objects in these 4 spots all overlapping. I think we need a deleter. We need a deleter object, is what we need. We need a deleter. Okay. Not a fan of doing it this way because it's going to once again rely on collision, but I don't know how else to do it, so. And this might not even be a perfect solution, but it's definitely going to be a significantly better than nothing solution. Alright. So. Hello, Johnny Pygmalion. We're approaching the end of the stream, but I'm still glad you could join us. Trying to duplicate our positional events because I want 2 things to happen for each of these. It's annoying to have to kind of duplicate them up, but 8 events is better than a gorillion events. Oops. Alright, so first, create the deleter relative to the marker 0, 0. That will happen for each of these. So it creates the deleter, and hopefully that'll happen before it gets repositioned. The reason that I am doing duplicates of the same event is I first wanted to create the deleter before the marker gets repositioned, before it gets wrapped around. If I try to create the deleter here, it's going to create the deleter at the new position, which is not what we want. How many streams have we been working to set up Bubba Framework? I have no idea, and it doesn't matter anymore. Okay, so if test object collides with deleter, then we delete the test object. Let's always add 1 to its value A, and then if value A is greater or equal to 1, we destroy the deleter as well. Okay, so let's see what happens with this. Save first, just in case. Give it a second. A second, load it in, buddy. Okay. Go to the left.
Chicken.
Okay. It's 4 additional objects, we're at 13. If I fuck off to the right, if this is working the way I want it to, then hopefully we go back down to 8-ish objects. 11. But that's because the deleter isn't touching these spawners that aren't, you know, being cleaned up.
Chicken. Chicken. Chicken.
Okay, the number is still going up, but it's because of the spawners.
Chicken.
We don't have the spawners set up to clean themselves if they're invalid. It might be working, I'm not sure. We're not going to know until the spawners. In fact, let's set up something temporary for the spawners. Just a temporary thing to make the spawners work. We're going to destroy them if they equal 0. That's not right. If C is greater than 4, we're going to destroy them. This is a temporary debug thing we're doing just to make sure this works. And if C is less than 4, we're also going to destroy them. Less than 4, but greater than 0. Just we don't fuck with the initial spawning in of them. Okay. So these guys should spawn themselves back in. Correctly.
Chicken.
Give it a second to load. Give it a second to load. Okay. Now when I go to the right, I shouldn't see the spawner because it should kill itself. Yep, we're still at 8 objects. 7 some. Okay, 7 because there was a test object I had placed. I forgot. Yes. Okay, so we're not seeing the spawners, and that's fine because the spawners are set to kill themselves if they're not an ID of 0 or 4. I'm going to go back to screen 4, which is the only defined screen we have so far. This guy didn't get deleted because he's 0. He spawned in at the start of the level, so he's fine.
Chicken.
12.
Chicken.
You see how the number is going between 8 and 12? That means that
Chicken.
so far that the leader object
Chicken.
seems to be taking care of cleaning up what we're spawning in.
Chicken. Chicken. Chicken.
That's a good sign.
Chicken.
Okay, I want to test if shit gets fucked up this way, though. So far, it's fine. I have a feeling if I scroll it all the way up, it's going to get fucked. We're at 9 now.
Chicken.
14. 15. 11.
Chicken.
16. Okay, so we're getting some
Chicken.
18. So the objects are building up if we scroll them off the top of the screen, and that's because of how we're scrolling them, we're wrapping them around to prevent them from getting deleted too early. The deleter is not compensating for that.
Chicken.
So how do we compensate for that? So if y is less than 240, then not only do we want to create one there, we also want to create one all the way at the bottom of the screen. Let me make sure I have an understanding of the math. Negative 240 plus 2400. Okay. Bye, Digley. Thanks for joining us. Plus 2400. Let's try this. Create deleter relative to marker x of 0, y of 2400. I don't even know if it's going to come close to working, but it might.
Chicken.
Alright, let's see. Okay, they didn't get deleted, but now if I go far enough that they should be...
Chicken. Chicken.
They still seem to be building up, unfortunately. So I might be doing it wrong. Setup is modifying your program so they start faster. This may take several minutes. Is it defragging my hard drive? I'm kind of busy, Windows. I'm a little busy, Windows.
Chicken.
I was kind of like
Chicken.
in the middle of something.
Chicken. 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 Chicken.
Okay, I need some help visualizing what's happening here. I'm going to adjust my counter so that rather than detecting the number of objects, we're specifically detecting the number of test objects. It's showing 1 right now because we just have this guy. Chicken.exe. It's 5 because we have the 4 we just spawned in plus that guy over there. I'm going to scroll that one off, so now it's 4. Okay, so going down here. Still good. I go far away enough that I want them to all die. Only 2 of them are dying, and I'm assuming it was the ones that were above us, not below us. I go back up, we now have 6, because 4 were spawned on top of the 2. Down, we lose 2. Up, we're going to get 4 again. Okay. But minus 240 plus 2400 should be correct. I know I need to end the stream. Don't worry about it. I'm aware. 240 plus 2400. 2160, which is the middle of the bottom of the screen.
Chicken.
Maybe I just can't spawn an object that far down.
Chicken. Chicken.
This would be so much easier if we weren't having this problem with the, Hold on a second. Just had a thought. This guy should follow the same kind of logic. Scroll down here, and I come back up, it's fine because of the scroll off. If I scroll it off the bottom, it's going to be gone for... Hey, hello, fake Bubba. It's going to be gone forever. Because of the deleter, okay. If I scroll it off to the right, it should be gone because of the deleter. It is. But now, what happens if I scroll it up off the top completely? There's still one. Okay, so the fact that this one is above the center point, which means it's getting wrapped around. The fact that it's not getting deleted when I pass through like that means the one we're trying to spawn 2400 units below is not actually, is either one, not spawning, or two, not doing the collision detection we need it to. One of those two was happening. Which makes sense. Let me try something. Deleter. If your Y position is greater than 1000, so it should be towards the bottom. I'm gonna make sure it's above the event that destroys it. Okay, so if it's above 1000, I'm gonna set counter 1 to your Y position. I want to see if the one that's getting spawned way down there is actually existing. Go to the right, this should still be 0. If we go up, this should still be 0. It should only change... Oh wait, no, it'll change if we go down. 2158. 2157. 159. It's within a range of 3 or so compared to 2159. 158. 157. So it is spawning down there. Okay, so it is getting spawned correctly. So it might be a collision detection issue, which isn't great, but it's something. We're trying to set it to 2160. So it's within the range of 2160 by a few onesies, but it's still close enough that this should be happening. So my prediction is maybe the collision detection is not firing off because of how far away from the window it is, but I don't know. I don't know if that's so... 2 quick test objects. I'm trying to end the stream soon. I just want to test something. It's gonna bother me if I don't test this. Active object 1. Active object 2. Okay, 2 objects. If I press D, I'm going to set position of active of this fucker to its current position plus 16, which is half of it. Okay. So, making sure we're loaded in. We are. I'm gonna press D, and the blue box is gonna move to the right. It does. Okay. So let's actually have it move by 32. That way, it'll overlap with the pink box immediately.
Chicken.
Okay, so it's overlapping the pink box. Okay. New event. If the blue box collides with the pink box, we're going to destroy the pink box. So I'm going to press D, and the pink box should get eaten by the blue box. It does. We're going to do one more thing. If they're colliding with each other, we're going to end the game. Okay, so I'm going to press D. The blue box is going to eat the pink box and end the game. It does. Good. Now, I'm taking these 2 fuckers and I'm putting them way down here. Way the fuck down here. Now we'll see if the collision is detected when it's way down here. Okay, we exist.
Chicken.
We're loaded. I'm going to press D. Okay. The game did not end. Even though I pressed D. Pressing again, it's not ending. Okay, so what that is telling me, is that collision way down here, even with active objects, is not getting detected. And to be fair, that makes sense. We already saw that there was a limit to the detection with background objects, so it makes sense that there's a limit with foreground objects as well. Okay. That complicates things a bit. Because now we don't have a way to clean up objects that we've scrolled off the top of the screen. And the only reason we had to wrap them around is because for some reason Click and Play is more picky about objects going too far up above the screen than it is to the left. Which is quite annoying. Quite annoying. Oops, sorry. I'm still trying to end the stream, but I wanted to run one more quick test just because, you know, feeling it, Mr. Krabs. X coordinate is greater than. No, I was about to do like a draw box XY coordinate thing, but I have a feeling if this happens to multiple, I mean, let me do it anyway. I have a feeling that if it has to compare to 2 different ones, because there's going to be 2 deleters blinking in at any time. I have a feeling that it's not going to work in practice because of the 2 deleters existing at any time. Okay, I have a feeling this is not going to fix it. already know it didn't fix it because, look, it made it worse. Now the top 2 guys didn't spawn in. They got, like, overzealous about deleting things now. Our test object even got deleted automatically. Oh, yep, see, that's not working. Okay. Would have been too easy. Would have been too easy.
Chicken.
Like, there's always something with click and play. It's always something. Oh, it can never be easy. I'm not sure how to gracefully delete objects that get wrapped around off the top of the screen. I'm not sure. Like, I think we have a good grasp on the bottom, the left and right of the screen. But the top of the screen is getting severely fucked.
Chicken.
Go to the top, the 4 becomes 0. Well, 1, but...
Chicken.
Two.
Chicken.
6. 3.
Chicken. 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 Chicken.
The number is climbing when I do it this way.
Chicken.
Hold on.
Chicken.
Okay. Alright, current theory is that maybe like the topmost or bottommost of these test objects is far away enough from the window that it's not getting deleted by the deleter object, which is why we have this one that's not getting cleaned up and the number of active objects is going up. Damn. Okay, so actually no, the deleter object is not working the way we want, even in the other directions. Oof. Okay, so our whole deleter solution is basically null and void and won't work, and we need to replace it. That stinks a little bit. That stinks quite a little bit.
Holy crap!
This is me in the streamer room, sad because my deleter object is not working the way I want it to. This is the cat pooping on the floor. This is my wife. She has very big boobs, but for some reason I drew one of them smaller than the other. That was a mistake.
Holy crap!
Ah!
Holy crap! Goodbye, stupid. We've had a lot of fun on your crappy computer. Please don't ever come back.
Alright, yeah, so pretty annoyed that the object deleting solution did not work out, because now I have to figure out an object deleting solution, which is unfortunately proving to be significantly more difficult than the object creating solution. We need a way to reliably delete objects without having to rely on collision, because collision breaks when you get too far from the visible window. That sucks. I have no idea where to even start with that. That's gonna suck. We'll figure something. I'm just gonna have to think on it throughout the week. Throughout the week, I'm just gonna have to think about it and see if I have any aha, because I have no idea. Got none. Got none. I really wish I had some pizza. God, I wish I was eating pizza right now. Anyway, thanks for watching. We're making some kind of progress, but it's very tenuous, and we keep running into... Somehow, every time we fix one major issue, every time we fix one major issue, we run into a brand new major issue. That's infuriating. Wawa has pizza. Wawa is a 20-minute drive away. I risk waking up everyone in the house if I go, and I have approximately $250 in my bank account to last until payday next month. So I'm not gonna go to Wawa to eat pizza. So yeah, hopefully I come up with something to fix this deleting object problem, because I have no idea how I'm gonna do it right now. Okay. As long as nothing major happens, then we're going to try to do the usual stuff at the usual times. Yeah. Don't be a big fucking dickhead. I know you're out there. Big fucking dickhead. You're not listening to this, but you're a big fucking dickhead. Big fucking dickhead.